Get you guys through this here. All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Pasco County Tourist Development Council meeting for October 21st, 2020. If we could please rise for the invocation and the pledge.
Merciful Creator, your hand is open wide to satisfy the needs of every living creature. Make us thankful for your loving providence and grant that we, remembering the account that we must one day give, may be faithful stewards of your good gifts. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
The Honorable Chopper Davis.
Here.
The Honorable Kenneth Burgess.
Here.
Mr. Mike Kidd.
Okay.
Robert Reilly.
Here.
Wendy Longman.
Here.
Greg Lenners.
Here.
Mike Bishop.
Here.
Chairman Mike Moore.
Here, thank you. All righty. So now is the time for public comment. Anyone would like to address the council can do so at this time. So do we have anybody that is on WebEx or at a kiosk for public comment this morning? Seeing none, we'll move on. I'll need a motion to approve the minutes for September 16th, please. Okay, wait 1 second then. TDC minutes to be presented. Okay, well, we're not going to do that, I guess, because we do not have them. Is that correct? Hello.
That is correct.
Okay, so C, we're not going to approve the minutes. We're going to go ahead and move that to November. Thank you. So we'll move ahead with presentations. The Wiregrass Ranch Sports Campus of Pasco County update. Ms. Nager, or I see Anthony's on there too. We're going to go ahead and move forward with that right now. Great. Hey, Anthony, how are you? Can you hear me okay? No. Hi, Anthony. Can you hear me? No, I think you're on mute, buddy. Hey, Anthony, can you hear me? Just wave if you can. Okay, I think you're on mute on your WebEx. If you can look for a mute button, where would that mute button be? In the bottom left-hand corner?
Unmuted on my screen. There must be something on his end.
Yeah, so Anthony, check out your screen there and see if you can see where the mute button is. No, we're not hearing you. All right.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sorry, I picked up on my Bluetooth microphone.
Okay. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Thanks for being here. So we're gonna, I think, leave it up to you guys.
I don't know if you can see the presentation, if you can see the PowerPoint that we had prepared.
Yes, we can.
All right, great. So obviously we are still getting up to full speed. We don't have all of our kitchen equipment in yet. So we're continuing to focus on the events. So August and September, if you'll go to slide number 2, in August, in our first month of being open, we actually hosted 2 really solid events. The first one on the left there, we had the SOH Elite Basketball. They hosted Tampa Live. That was really our first large scale tournament that kind of tested how well the building was going to do with the return to play guidelines and COVID. So we had coaches and players entering through side doors. Registration was happening in controlled areas. And then spectators were coming into the front and we're trying to keep everybody segregated. That did really well. And immediately the next weekend, we have the Tampa Thunder with the Kansas Dupree Invitational. That was on August 29th and 30th. So you can see for August, just those 2 events, we had a little over 3,700 attendees and almost 1,000 room nights for August. So that was a nice little warm up for us. And then moving into September on the next slide, please. September was a little bit busier. We had 5 total events, but they were a little bit smaller. And a couple of the events, the second picture over where you can see the Bishop McLaughlin high school volleyball tournament. That one wound up being quite a bit smaller, again, due to some of the schools and the COVID protocols. So rather than using the full facility and hosting it to its max, they decided only to use it at 50% capacity and stagger the courts. But still very well received. Everybody had a good time. We did Next Level Cheer. These were guys that came down from New Jersey, and they were doing some college coaching. That was on September 19th and 20th. And then the slide on the very right-hand side, that was probably a real eye-opener for us. That was Blue Star Basketball, and they had talent from Canada and California, all over the country, actually. That one generated about 470 room nights just at that one event. That was an eye-opener to us that really the state of Florida was leading the way back in sports tourism. They had been shut out of facilities all over the country and were able to safely and confidently host here. So we're really happy to have them. And then looking out over the next 90 days, if you would go to the next slide. We just hosted the SOH Elite, their top of the class showcase this last weekend. And they are, unfortunately, they reduced it down to half the facility. They lost a couple of teams because of people testing positive. And so we unfortunately had to disinvite some of the teams. So that was about 9 or 10 teams. But looking forward to the next 90 days, we're going to be transitioning out of more of the basketball that we're doing now. And we're going to start seeing a little bit more of the gymnastics. And then starting in January, it's going to be a lot more volleyball. So that's what we've got on the books.
Excellent. Well, that's great things, Anthony, man. Congratulations on everything you guys are doing there. We're happy for you, and obviously happy for the people, the businesses and hotels that get a benefit from everybody coming there. And I know as a tourism council, our focus obviously is on the tourism aspect, but I've heard really positive things about your local programming too. Really, really positive things from just friends and neighbors in general. But I think there was the Wesley Chapel Weekly about last week had a very positive mention about your local programs for cheerleaders and on everything you guys are focusing on there, even getting the kids schoolwork done while they're cheering. So that was a very positive article too. So really awesome to see all that energy and excitement for the facility and everything you guys are doing. So we appreciate everything. We really do.
Thank you.
So I think, Adam, we're good. I don't think there's anything else.
No, you said there was 13 events, non-local events coming up, but there was only 8 listed. Can you name the other 5?
Yeah, let me pull those up real quick. So from now through the next 90 days, I think the ones we didn't list are the Red Super 64 Showcase. We've got an event that is the Halloween Hullabaloo. That is our own event that's going to be on the 31st of October. Let's see, the Reggie Burke Basketball Showcase. That's on November 7th was another one we didn't include. Let's see, November 11th, Pro Skills Basketball Veterans Day Clinic is another. I believe the January 2nd I got that one, the 9th and 10th is the classic. I think that's it. I don't know that I left off any others.
And any projection on room night generated?
So we're projecting, we're hoping for over the next 90 days, if all of these events, their current projections, it'll do about 10,500 room nights. Having said that, what we're dealing with right now, or for example, that Lightning City Gymnastics Gasper invite December 5th. Because a lot of these event holders are inviting schools from different districts are having, they're enforcing different requirements. So we're just being really, really flexible with people right now. For example, that Halloween Hullabaloo was originally going to be a volleyball event, which got canceled. They're only down to about 50% participation. So we actually took that over and we're working with them. So we're hosting our own basketball and soccer, and they're going to do just a smaller reduced volleyball. Again, just some of these schools are getting affected, and we're forced to be flexible with them. So the room nights I think are going to be, again, I don't know that we'll hit that 10,500. Let's say we hit, 3/4 of that. I think it'll happen. We get that 7,000 to 7,500 again, just with volleyball in the current state of flux that it's at, and then with the gymnastics as well. Those are usually big invites, and we'll see how they show up.
Excellent. Well, great. We obviously, those are things that unfortunately that can't be controlled, right? When it comes to COVID and obviously a lot of these schools, like you said, have different requirements, and somebody tests positive, that typically means the whole team can't come, unfortunately. So time we're in, right? Time we're in. So,
yeah.
All right, great. Well, thanks again. We appreciate everything. We look forward to seeing you guys soon.
You got it. Thank you.
All right, great. Okay, so everybody will move on to the D1.2 marketing sponsorship at SVP Tennis Center, SVP Foundation, and I think IC Consuelo is online, so.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, so I'm going to be presenting the marketing sponsorship proposal for the Sarah Vandenberg Foundation. They just opened last weekend. We already have 2 events on the books. We're going to be hosting Florida Senior Games, the Pickleball Championships in December, and a big event is going to be a professional USTA in January. It's going to be the first event that USTA is going to be hosting in 2021. Basically, we have been working already with Sarah Vandenberg. They have been great partners with us. They have been promoting our logo. They have us all over the place. And what we want to do is move forward with a $10,000 sponsorship in order to be advertised not only at the venue, but also being advertised digitally and have a presence. They're working on multiple projects with Europe, which is going to be a great way to showcase our destination. So we are basically proposing, and we want to come back in December with a more formal proposal. This is just an initial idea that we wanted to present to the board today about sponsoring the Sarah Vandenberg Tennis Center for $10,000 for an annual advertisement campaign there.
Okay, so I'll go to everybody else who have any questions in a second. But so, what again? I couldn't really hear what we're getting out of the $10,000. It was a little difficult for me to hear. I think it's just because of obviously the connection. So this is a yearly sponsorship, and our name is listed on something. A little more details.
Yes, sir. So basically, our logo is going to be in every single tennis court.
Okay.
We already,
perfect.
Yes. Besides that, we're going to have a digital presence on the website and also on social media.
Okay. So every court will have a logo. That's great. Okay. Perfect.
And Mr. Chairman, if I may, this is just an idea of a thought of a marketing campaign in partnership with one of our newer sports facilities, such as we do this already kind of with Advent Health Center Ice and the promotional aspect of our sports campus. So this is just an idea that we wanted to present to the board and to council today, to have this open discussion on the possibility of the partnership in marketing. And we were going to come back next month with an actual formal proposal that the council then vote on to move forward with for 2021.
Okay, so no action on D12 today. We're just just discussing this. Any questions about the sponsor? Councilman Davis.
I just want to know what percentage are they maybe thinking that on the road there'll be people from Tampa Bay area or Florida or outside of Florida?
Good question.
So the idea has been able, so the tennis center is a community center, but on the weekends, the idea is to bring events. So we already started working in partnership with Pascal and Gabriela Kohler in order to bring events. The first one that we're gonna have, like I mentioned before, is Florida Senior Games. And then we're gonna be working with USTA. And we're gonna start promoting this venue to bring like multiple events, not only for tennis, but also they're gonna be able to host soccer events, pickleball events, and padel, which is a new sport in US. That's the reason why they're working with multiple organizations in Europe.
Okay, one other question. The facility, was any county money in the facility?
No, that's done. Yeah, so for the record, there was an ask, but it's been a while back, but it was a city project, so yeah. But we know not one penny from the county was invested in. Go ahead and confirm that, Adam, but if I'm not correct, there wasn't one penny from the county that was invested in the facility from tourism, or definitely not general fund dollars from the county.
Yes, sir, confirmed.
Okay. So I think next month it'll be, okay, so if you're coming back next month with the agreement, we may even know more about future tournaments that are lined up, I would assume.
Yes, sir. Not only the tournaments that are lined up, but also the marketing impressions of what we're going to get on the marketing return on investment for the Florida Sports Coast and Pasco County TDC.
Cool. Any other questions, comments? Okay, thank you. We'll move on. Now we go to some action items, which we'll start with funding requests. Tampa Bay Christmas Invitational, Tampa Bay Christmas Invitational listed twice. Okay, there we go.
Thank you so much. So the Tampa Bay Christmas Invitational began in 2015 as a small tournament, girls basketball tournament. It's been growing so much. They used to host this event at 2 different high schools. With the opening of the sports campus, they're projecting 128 teams this Christmas. I input all the information in the event impact calculator. And according to the system, this event is going to be generating something close to 1,000 room nights. This is a great event. Not only is going to be attracting teams from all over Florida, but also from South Georgia. So we are projecting that this is going to be as big as it used to be the lacrosse tournament in Wesley Chapter, because it's going to be hosted by the end of the year, December 28th to the 31st. So we are requesting $10,000 in order to support the event. And it's going to be basically based on performance. We're going to be paying $12 per room night generated, and our office is going to be in charge of accommodations, meaning that our team is going to be connecting the organization with the hotels.
Okay. Questions?
These are just hotel rooms in Pasco County, correct?
I think it's
Yes,
hard to hear.
sir.
Oh, he heard you. Okay, she heard you. Okay. Okay, so these are just Pasco County hotels. You confirm that?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. So when we are in charge of connecting these organizations with hotels, we never send them to Hillsborough. We make sure that we connect them with just Pasco properties.
I say that because there's going to be so many rooms in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
One that we have the capacity to do it. That's why not.
Good question.
It's also Christmas time.
So the event won't be reimbursed for room nights generated in Pinellas, or I'm sorry, in Hillsborough County. So they'll only get so it's incentivizing them to book the rooms back in Pasco County, whether that be in Center, East, or West Pasco.
Other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you. 2-2, Gasparilla Volleyball Kickoff Classic, Tampa United Events.
Okay, this event is exciting news for us because we have been working with Tampa United Volleyball for about 2 years. They were looking forward to host a bigger event in MLK next year. Unfortunately, the venue was booked by another organization. However, they have the largest private volleyball event, which they host on an annual basis at the Tampa Convention Center. Every year they have to turn back about 50 teams because it's huge. So basically they wanted to expand the event. And they started conversation with us and Rat Sports in order to use our venue, not as an overflow venue, but to host U14 and U15 divisions in our venue. They want to bring this event on an annual basis, meaning that not only we're going to be hosting the event for President's Day weekend next year, but also we're going to be continuing using this venue for the event on an annual basis. Unfortunately, this year, for 2021, the venue had just been available, eight volleyball courts. But if the event goes well, Richard and the Radford team are going to be able to book the full venue for 2022. Which will bring a huge economic impact because they bring in teams from all over the country. This event usually produces over 4,000 room nights in Hillsborough County for the other divisions. Now we're going to be hosting 14 to 15 divisions, and we're projecting about 600 room nights in our county. So we are requesting $6,000 based on the event impact calculator. And it's going to be, again, based on performance, meaning that they're just going to get funding for the actual room nights generated at the event.
Any questions?
Any questions?
No? That's okay. I entertain a motion.
Second.
A motion and second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank you. Sports development update, past and upcoming events.
Yes, I included the list of the past events. Let me go there. And I apologize for my voice. It's cold here where I am, so I got a little cold, but thank you for your patience.
You're okay. I thought you were yelling at kids or something. Voice out.
The TDC kids. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I included some of the events that we hosted in September and the actual room nights. As you can tell, one of the events that Anthony Homer mentioned before, the Candace Dupree Invitational, which took place August 29th and 30th. We got the pickup reports from the hotels, and the amount of room nights that they could confirm was 168. Why? Because this is a this is not a stay to play tournament. So they're gonna come back next year and they're trying to implement a stay to play. With that is gonna be way easier to track room nights because hotels in the area, they're never gonna report rooms that were booked through Booking.com or Expedia. So they were just able to provide reports for those rooms booked through the link that was provided to the event organizer. We also got reports from the AJGA Senior Showcase at Saddlebrook. They produced roughly 400 room nights. Unfortunately, they had to cancel the second event that they were supposed to host on September 18th and 20th, but they're planning on coming back in May again. I haven't received reports yet for the fishing tournament, nor the volleyball tournament, beach volleyball tournament, but the ice hockey tournament that was hosted by Labor Day weekend, we produced 1,000 confirmed room nights. That event was amazing for our destination. We also got reports for the Blue Star All-American Camp and Blue Star 30, and they were reporting also room nights from Airbnbs. The ones that are included in the report, 430 rooms, are just in Pasco hotels. But I think we're going to start a conversation about how to include Airbnbs because they're actually paying taxes. Upcoming events, so we're going to be hosting the Savage Race Fall and Savage Blitz, November 14th and 20th, and the Lighting City Gymnastics. That's going to be a good event. They already have booked the venue for an event in November, another one in December, and another in January. I'm working already with the organizer and the Housing Bureau to make sure that we capture room nights in Pasco County. Moving forward, Florida Sports Foundation grants update. In the past, Florida Sports Foundation would only fund events that were bringing out of the state participants. With COVID-19, they just changed the policy and they are open to receive applications for events that are producing in-state room night generation. So last week, I applied for 7 grants for upcoming events through January and March. So once I receive approval, I report that to the TDC because what we want to do with these new venues opening, our funding is not going to be enough for so many events that we're going to be hosting. So we're going to rely a lot on Florida Sports Foundation funding. Moving forward, Advent Health Centerized Event Funding Agreement. So the last 2 years, we were funding the ice rink, the first year, with $20,000 for room night generation for those events that were not funded directly by the county. Last year, we increased that funding from $20,000 to $40,000. However, we noticed that we were setting aside this funding and we were not getting the right reports in a timely manner. So, because the decrease in our budget due to COVID-19, we're not going to be able to renew this agreement. We're still working with Advent Health Centers in different projects. We're going to be supporting their events, but we're not going to be funding or having this agreement on an annual basis. So we wanted to report that to the board. And I wanted to know if you have any questions about it.
So I'll ask, I guess, a question. I guess I'm a little confused. Is this the general sponsorship, the similar sponsorship like we're talking about doing at Vandenberg Tennis Center?
No, sir. We have 2 different sponsorships. One is for advertisement. That is gonna expire next year. that is working. The other one was funding based on room night generation for events that we were not directly funding. So what happened? They were not sending the reports in a timely manner. They were not connecting us with event organizers so we could secure room nights in Pasco County hotels. However, they're gonna get funding for events like the Blue Line Hockey Tournament hosted back in September, but we're not gonna renew that agreement.
Okay, so let me just ask, I think I understand now. Let me ask it in a different way. Is what you're stating is there is events that we would sponsor, i.e. through here at the TDC and approve. You're saying there was also a chunk of money that was set aside for events that we did not sponsor, but we were reimbursing for room nights, but we weren't getting
to the ice rink.
To the ice rink, yes.
Yes, well, they wouldn't get the money
right?
because if they didn't send the reports, they couldn't get the money. But we were setting aside that funding at expense of other events that we could have funded.
Don't you think, Mike, don't you think we have to approve that? Because we approved them the money, so we have to unapprove it? Don't you need some kind of...
well, I think we should...
Adam, you can pipe in here too. Don't you need something from us?
It's just like for your information, because the agreement is going to expire in November and they're going to be able to receive funding for the events that they submitted the report in a timely manner, which is going to be basically events in September. We didn't get reports for the rest of the fiscal year. So they're only going to get reimbursed for September events, and the deadline is November 14. If they don't send anything by November 14, they're not going to get any funding.
Yeah, look at Liz, then the contract's done.
Yeah, the contract expires on November 14th. We drafted a renewal, a new contract. And because of the lack of the folks to actually comply with the terms of the first one, in addition to COVID, the Sports and Department decided to reallocate that. They had set aside for renewal for other purposes. Okay. So you don't the money there for something else. It was just a partnership with the ice rink to subsidize some of their events they were having there. That when the event organizers weren't coming to us directly.
So if there is anything else coming down the road, then you're going to come back to us.
Yeah. And this may be something for maybe 2022 where we actually enter into a big agreement. I think it was actually like 40,000 set aside for that. And they didn't have any of it. As Consuelo said, they weren't submitting the post-event reports, which is what she bases the monies on. So she can't give them a check without getting the report to see how many room nights they had. They didn't do the legwork, so we'll try again in a year or so.
I get it. Okay. We're all understanding that.
Another question about
Go ahead.
It just kind of red flag. Let me flip this right paper. Kind of red flags me with this barn burner Labor Day weekend and it's 1,000 rooms even. It just, I just kind of, is that the report come out to be exactly 1,000 rooms?
What was the date on that?
That's the bottom of that.
September 11th and 13th.
It's just kind of weird there would be exactly 1,000 rooms.
It's a good catch. There's 430, there's 158.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yes, I have to mention that I got those reports myself. So I was the one contacting hotel. So yes, it is sad, but it is what it is. And I was the one contacting. So I didn't get this report, the confirmed room nights for that event from the ice rink. I actually contacted myself hotel by hotel. So I got those reports directly from them, very accurate, because then I requested the same report from the Housing Bureau in charge of this event, and the numbers were consistent.
Okay, it's just weird that it would be such an exact number of 1,000. The other thing is that the Bishop volleyball tournament, that's pretty much a local. I don't really expect you to get any rooms I actually worked that tournament, so I'd be surprised if there was any rooms at all, because all the schools were local schools.
Thank you,
So-
Chopper. Yeah, I haven't received anything so far.
Okay, so she hasn't received
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I don't expect you to get anything for them.
Okay. Any other updates for sports development?
Yes, sir. Unfortunately, I have to report that we lose my hockey tournaments. They were bringing 3 annual tournaments to our destination. The Ice Rink decided that they want to move forward with a new organization for those prime dates, which were MLK weekend, President's Day weekend, and November 3rd and 5th. So we're going to lose those room nights. I talked to Gory Zimmerman 2 days ago. He told me that he's going to make sure to bring travel teams and grow those events. But I think he's moving forward in a different direction. I think that rather than hosting third parties, he wants to start partnering with organizations to produce his own event. So we're not going to host that anymore, not at least in 2021.
Okay.
Wasn't there a big lacrosse tournament around New Year's over at Wesley Chapel?
Oh, we haven't done that in a couple of years. Yeah, it's been 2 years now.
Yes,
They weren't.
yes, we
they
said
weren't
that
fulfilling their
tournament back in
agreement.
2017.
Hold on, Consuelo. They were not fulfilling their agreements
Oh, okay.
at all. So the team decided, remember, I think it was when I first came on, right? Not to move forward with it anymore because the organization, that was the Dix tournament.
Tournament
They
of
just weren't.
Champions.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah, right. Yeah, they weren't following through, unfortunately, on the things they were supposed to be doing.
I can say that.
Remember that? Yeah, it was a headache.
Yes, it was. Okay, and my finally update. Last month I reported that we were working with Florida Sports Foundation in order to bring Florida senior games to our destination, relocating some of the championships from Fort Lauderdale to Pasco County. We secured the backcrossing event, volleyball event, basketball and pickleball championships. So 1, 2, 3, 4 different championships. We were trying to secure cycling, but it was a little bit complicated due to timing because they would need to close multiple roads. I think that starting with 4 events is great. They're gonna be hosting this event basically in Central Florida locations. So Polk County, Orlando, Pinellas, and us will be some of the major hosted locations. So we're lucky because it's gonna be a great showcase for the senior audience. I'm pretty sure that after visiting the Sarah Vandenberg for the pickleball event, we're gonna start seeing a lot of events coming out of that one.
Awesome. Anything else?
Yes. Well, I included some of the events that we're gonna be hosting. We're still waiting for confirmation from the event, but I think we're moving forward with the Greater Orlando Baseball Organization. They wanna use Lando Lakes and Wesley Chapel District Park. The Wesley Chapel District Park Association, they were good and they're willing to work in partnership with the event organizer in order to host the event. So hopefully next month I can confirm that we're gonna be hosting this event December 12th and 13th. The USA Powerlifting is gonna be a small event because it's a regional event, and because of COVID-19, they're not expecting as many people as they usually have. But it's great because it's the first time that we're gonna be working with them. We already secured the event, and we're gonna host it at the Lando Lake Rec Center.
Yeah, I had to pull out of that.
You were doing comedy that night?
Yeah. Elbows. Hurt my elbow.
Yeah. And the last event that I'm reporting there is the Tampa Bay United Volleyball that the TDC board just approved funding for. So, like I mentioned before, they wanted to use the full venue and bring 128 girls volleyball teams. However, because the venue was booked already, half of the venue, they're just gonna be able to book 8 courts. But we're gonna get 64 girls volleyball teams, which is great because volleyball is always gonna produce more room nights than basically basketball. So it's great. So that's it. I don't know if you have any questions for me.
Councilman Davis.
I'm still chopping.
Hi.
Just the baseball one, the Orlando baseball, are we going any kind of contract with room nights for them? Or is it, I don't remember what, I'm waiting on PNR, I'm not sure what.
I've been trying to work with them since July. I think the event organizer, he told me 2 weeks ago that he was working on October and November events. And Adam, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that these people attending these events usually book room nights last minute.
That's correct. And since this is going to be the first tournament or event that we're bringing into Pasco County with the Greater Orlando Baseball Organization, it's a GSA event. So it could be a regional event that could grow into room nights, but there's nothing guaranteed at the moment right now.
Okay. I'd love to see a lot of teams that over here because that's probably is that going to be older or is that younger?
Yeah, so we're going to use two facilities, like Consuelo said, the West Chapel District Park, and then also the Land O'Lakes Rec Center. So we're going to be able to host multiple age in multiple divisions. So the more fields we get, we're also looking at John Burt's Park and Dade City as well. So if we have 3 really big, our biggest facilities that can hold baseball events, if we can get add that third in there, we'll definitely see some room night pickup.
Right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for the updates.
Thank you.
Sport. Media report. Ms. Colby.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
If you're all right, I'd love to present from here just because I have supporting documents on my laptop, if
Go
that's
right
fine.
ahead.
Fantastic. So October 1st kicked off our new fiscal year, and this is the first year we did all of our media planning and buying in-house. It was quite the year, to say the least, to take this on, but I feel we have a really great plan to present to you today. So we really wanted to create a diverse plan that was going to allow us to have multiple approaches that we could easily adjust in the event of impacts from the pandemic. We wanted to pivot, be nimble, whichever adjective you'd like to put on it. We just really wanted a plan that we weren't going to lose any money on, and that was going to always constantly work for us. So the plan consists of strong digital campaigns with digital display ads, SEM, social search engine marketing, social media retargeting, HTML5 ads, which are like the static ads, except they have some action in them, digital TV, limited print, and audio. So who are we targeting with these ads? We are technically in phase 3 of our remarketing plan. I kind of want to go back and adjust that because I truly feel that we are doing great with our in-state marketing, focusing on the same big DMOs that we've been focusing on throughout the state. We're starting to focus on Atlanta. And then in conjunction with the strategy from Visit Florida, we're going to go 10 hours north of us up I-95. So really to the Raleigh-Durham area to start hitting those drive markets along I-95. Who are we targeting? We're targeting adventure seekers, outdoor enthusiasts, families, and sporting athletes. Next slide, Dawn. So first, to start off with print, our overall budget, non-CARES, which I'll get into a little later, was $275,000. So I'll break it out per spend of how that money was allocated. So $20,000 was allocated to print. We kept this super simple, cut it down to the nitty gritty, really what was going to give us, basically keep brand awareness for us and really help still align our brand with Visit Florida as well as Visit Tampa Bay. So we moved forward with Visit Florida Destination Guide, the transportation map, as well as the Tampa Bay Visitors Guide. So digital media was our biggest spend. We had allocated $200,000 for that, and currently we're spending $150,000 of that. Madden Media is handling our digital buys, so they are doing our SEM, Facebook, IG click-through ads to the site. We're doing remarketing ads, retargeting on Facebook and Instagram, which is something we haven't really done before. So it's a different way to basically catch people as they're on social media. We're going to do prospecting display ads, remarketing display ads, as well as really start to use more TV opportunities, streaming digital opportunities. Since we have such strong video award-winning video assets, we're going to put them to use this year. So through YouTube TrueView and then connected TV, and you'll see more of that as we move forward too. So Consuelo and I sat down together and we came up with I'd say a diverse plan of mixed print and digital. Her spend was $20,000 and we fulfilled that, really keeping consistent with the major publications that sporting event planners use to keep the brand top of mind awareness. We are having a buy with sports planning guide that is also digital to where we'll be able to feature our new game on video on their website. So that's such a strong asset for us. Again, we want to make sure that we're not just creating these videos, we're giving them opportunity for people to see them and to do the marketing purpose that they're created for. Meetings. We really stuck with digital for this. So we had a $15,000 spend, and because meetings was the last thing for us really to turn on marketing wise after we had turned everything off, just because that was probably the segment that was hit the hardest. So we have a huge rollover that's been able to kind of cut our spend in half with meetings to give us a little bit of flexibility. So we sat down with Anthony. We have $15,000. We have an opportunity to possibly look at some other opportunities, but we're going to stick with ePro Direct. We've seen really good results with them in the past, very high open rates. Average is probably 20% off the top of my head, which is very good. And it's been a great lead generator for us as well. I want to stress one of the biggest opportunities that's coming from us doing in-house now is I am going to deliver more reporting for you. That's something that we did not get when Zimmerman was in charge of our buys. Now that we are direct to the vendor, we're going to know how we're fulfilling everything, and I'm going to transparently report that to you during the TDC meetings and as we fulfill these buys. So I'm personally very excited about that. Next slide.
No pressure.
Listen, I am so confident, but not overly. And then we also have $20,000. Oh, I'm sorry.
I said, I'm glad you're enthusiastic.
Oh, good. Yes. I love my job. We also have $20,000 for social media that Chris is going to be using to boost posts. We'll put into different campaigns. More that I'll talk about. Our biggest campaign, obviously, is going to be for our scalloping season. It was the first thing that we were able to really market coming out of the dark this year. It was pretty much all social media and SEM. And what you can do for $1 on social media is truly incredible. So we're actually going to submit that campaign that we ran for a couple of awards. So stay tuned. We know we love awards here. I love an accolade. So to get into CARES. So once it was decided that some of the CARES Act funds could be used for marketing purposes for tourism, we have very much capitalized on that. So much so that we've been able to more than double our marketing budget through CARES. So what does that mean? CARES comes with a couple of catches. One of which is that all ads or all buys through CARES need to be executed by December 31st. So we've done our regular ad buys with more ad buys that have a hard deadline. Another catch with CARES is that you must have health and safety messaging in the buy for the ad. So that's something we've been super vigilant about. All of our partners, we've made it abundantly clear. And I do have some examples that I'll be able to show you, including our first audio ad that we've done. So let's get into CARES. So the first buy we were able to do is with Conversant. And I'm gonna speak on behalf of Adam for this. This is a company we've wanted to work with for a really long time, and CARES finally provided us that opportunity. So this is a digital buy. We have display ads, those HTML5 ads, as well as some video opportunity and these really cool drawer slides. The cool thing about Conversant is it's not just digital marketing. It has a really clear track of impact. There's a lot of data that we're going to be able to get from Conversant that's really going to show who's looking at these ads, are they booking from these ads, and how they're booking to come here based off of that. So really it's full level marketing, and I'm really excited to see those reports. So we'll be getting monthly reports from them. We're working on finalizing all of the creative with them now. So just so you know, we're really at the stage now with all of our buys. We've completed maybe one, which I'll get into, but really we're at the stage where we're finalizing all of the creative. So we'll start probably to have more reporting next month. Next slide, please. So this is actually the first opportunity that we've completed with CARES. We love Matador Network, and Matador came to us with an opportunity where they were partnering with Airstream. Airstream, those big, long cylinder, beautiful, iconic RVs. So what they were doing is they were sending this beautiful family across the country with road stops along the way at different DMOs. One thing that we've really tried to take advantage of this year is creating native content. So having videos, blogs, social posts done for us that we can also co-promote on our sites. But again, it's somebody else telling our story, which I feel further helps us get that brand awareness out there into the different markets that we're trying to reach. Excuse me. So with that family, they were here September 28th through October 1st. They have a video that created for us. There's a blog post that is going up on matador.com with 8 family activities, and pontooning is included on those activities, as well as Alaska the unicorn. If you don't know what that is, you need to find out. There is the only certified unicorn in the entire world hot air balloon that is within our destination. So we're using her to our advantage, or sorry, it's non-binary. I apologize. They created really fantastic content. What they did while they were here, they went to both state parks. They went boating out actually with Captain Wendy. They went fishing with the local fishing charter captain. And then they actually went canoeing, led by the park supervisor at Warner Boys. One thing I'm really trying to do is really promote our state parks, because it's all about getting back to adventure. We are continuing that Get Back to Adventure campaign through all of these buys, and those state parks truly fit into that experience. So Atlas Obscura is another opportunity that CARES allowed us to finally take advantage of. It is strong native content with quirkiness. Atlas Obscura is very huge with the millennial Gen Z audience. And what they do is it's basically an untraditional way to talk about tourism. So what we're gonna do with this buy, there's a video included in the buy, as well as 5 place pages. So some of the content that we've talked about doing is the legendary rock at Widows Fletcher, the stilt houses. I spoke with Dade City. We talked about doing the Heritage Museum there because apparently it's full of spooky, interesting goodies. So it's really to encourage people who are maybe looking for those drive opportunities. You know, what's in my backyard? What's kind of quirky that I may not know about? And we want to highlight those things to really encourage people to get here. So yes, of course, we want people to come and stay, but we really want people to come here and just spend money. So I feel like this is an opportunity to do so. We'll also have social media bias with this as well, to where we'll be able to get extra exposure. And this is content we can promote for a very long time. So, silver lining with COVID is that we've been able to do not only different streaming video opportunities, but we also decided to take advantage of audio streaming opportunities as well. So we are actually doing a co-op with Visit Florida for Acuity. And then not with Visit Florida is a buy with Pandora. There's digital ads with both of them. You can see in the photo kind of an example of that. So as the ad is delivered audio, they will also see a digital opportunity as well. Are we able to play the ad? And we're going to play the ad for you.
Ready for an adventure? Then you're ready to experience Florida's Sports Coast, where extreme sports meet extreme safety. We're open and following all public health and social distancing guidelines to give you the adventure of a lifetime today. Go skydiving, hot air ballooning, kayaking through 2 state parks, or cast a line and reel in the good times. Get back to adventure safely on Florida's Sports Coast. Book experiences at flsportscoast.com.
Cool.
Ready for an adventure?
So good, we wanted to play it twice. And what you can really hear there is the example of how we've worked in that health and safety messaging to adhere to CARES. And I really feel like, you know, it's there, but it's not truly the focal point of the message. So I'm really excited about that opportunity. Next slide. And then you guys have seen this before, but this is just an example of some of the creative. Again, we're leading with camping, hiking, boating, strong outdoor family activities, and again, working in those state parks. So this overall is our plan. Any questions?
I have a few things I'd like to talk about. There's a lot of information there. You
Yes.
broke it down into sections, and I could have talked in each section a little bit.
Apologies.
ABC is come downtown. They hit a couple of retail places and trying to promote downtown Newport Richie. It's going to be on whatever ABC is near the end of the month. I can't remember if it's the 28th or 29th. I'll get back to you. But they interviewed a couple of stores downtown. Also, I invite Adam, you and your staff to go kayaking with me from we'll say Francis Park to Great Preserve and back. It takes about 2 hours. And I think you'll see Old Florida. I think it's a kayaking trip that would be a place for the people would come to, but it's just not advertised. And then Adam, during the COVID thing, maybe you can address this a little bit for us here in the panel. You said that Visit Florida kind of took a staycation attitude, and we're being pretty progressive here. I just want to know what Visit Florida's doing. Are they coming out of that staycation attitude or promotion?
Adam, if you'd like, I can speak to that. It looks like you might be frozen. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's just mistakes. I'm just listening.
So currently, last I heard, Visit Florida is still promoting their drive market. They came back online probably about a month ago, I'd say right now. I strongly argue us being a smaller destination, and really what we are is an outdoor adventure destination that really put us in a unique place to kind of be ahead of the state. They also had that setback when we had high cases back in July. Being the representative for the entire state, they really caught a lot of backlash for that. So that really delayed them in being able to go live with their campaign. So again, as they kind of took that hit, we were still able to really actively promote our scallop season. just kind of promote us from a Sports Coast perspective and just kind of get ahead in a way. But we do plan to continue to work with Visit Florida. We'd love to connect more with them. Actually, we have a blogger that had to cancel on us in July due to COVID. She's actually going to be in market experiencing us tomorrow, and that is through Visit Florida. So we're working on exploring more opportunities with them.
And why I ask that is because I think the approach that we're taking is kind of a 6 foot distancing approach to our sports coast. So that's why I asked where Visit Florida was in on this whole thing. Thank you.
Great. Any other questions, comments?
Mr.
All right,
Chair,
thanks so much. Yes, go ahead.
I have a comment before we move forward on the marketing side, especially with the CARES funding. You know, I just want to give a shout out to Bob Guerin and Kathy Pearson for their support of finding ways for us to use CARES for our marketing efforts. We all know that our budget has been hit in 2021, and we took about $700,000 cut in this year's programming. So what the CARES Act allowed us to do is re-strategize and repurpose our current 21 budget to really execute that at the start of the new calendar year in January. So what the CARES Act is doing is allowing us to create that market impression in the Florida marketplace in our Q1, which is right now, and actually allowed us to double marketing efforts due to the lack of loss of funding. So again, shout out to our Office of Management and Budget and Kathy Pearson for supporting the CARES Act funding and allowing us to use that funding to help us strategize even further down the marketing funnel. So I just wanted to throw that out there real fast. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the way that your marketing team at the Florida Sports Coast, especially Colby, has positioned this for success and captured the visitor's attention through our marketing efforts. It's multifaceted now. You see it on a radio ad, and you're seeing it on a digital space. You're seeing it on out-of-home marketing efforts. The only thing that we really haven't taken an approach of, and that is guerrilla marketing, and that's coming down the road. And so we are really positioning and focused on gaining the attention of the visitor, all through also while the pandemic is still at the forefront of our industry. So I can't thank the team enough, especially Colby and her efforts of marketing and putting a comprehensive plan together, especially on the media side and the media buys. That's going to be managed directly in-house by her and myself. So she is doing a fantastic job, as well as the rest of your team. So I definitely wanted to give a shout out to all of them.
Great, excellent. Thank you. Yes, thank you.
I agree 100% because I think Zimmerman was a corporation and not a personal touch. You're putting personal touch where you got your hands in the middle of everything.
Nobody knows better than us.
Tourism sales update.
I have a social media update. I'm going to pull a Consuelo. I'm not quite done.
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. I thought I hit that already.
I'll make it fast. Social media, we launched, Chris has been really hard at work about developing more video content. So what we did is we had a really cool first sit down opportunity with Starkey Market, with Trey Starkey, where he talked about family history, really how that's kind of like a living museum over there. It is by far the highest performing video we have ever had on social media. Last I checked when I wrote this, it was at 7,800 views, most of those predominantly organic. So the next video he's working on right now is the video telling the story about our beer and our partnership with Escape. I have very high hopes for that, but that just shows you, especially with the native content we've been doing, that is what people want to see. And Chopper, to what you said, telling the stories of the businesses who are here, it's not us telling our story, it's us telling the story through them, because they're an integral part to who we are as a destination. So we're happy to see that perform so well with our social media audience. Public relations. So I know Elizabeth is excited about this. We are in our second batch of our beer brew. So the best thing about this is that we kind of sat down and looked. Taking this to different conferences and trade shows was a huge part of this initial partnership. So we kind of looked, how can we use this as a unique marketing opportunity for the destination? So local onboarding is huge for the brand as well as outside. So what we're doing is the beer is actually being distributed this time. It is a very limited distribution. So really, this is the first time just to see how well it does in market. We have 4 different places that are carrying it. So you can actually, it's on tap at the brewery. You can buy it from the brewery. Ordinance 1, which is in downtown Newport Richey, is actually carrying the beer. Widows Fletcher is also carrying the beer. And Top Shelf, which is in Advent Health Center Ice, is also the other place that's currently carrying it. Ideally, we'd love to see multiple partners throughout the destination have this. We really prefer to have it in can because the can tells the story of the partnership and the destination, and it's really the best selling tool we have to get that awareness out there. But this is just the first time. We hope to grow that, eventually, hopefully even beyond Pasco County, to have it throughout Tampa Bay and maybe even beyond. We love to dream big at Florida Sports Coast. But to officially kick off the beer, we're going to send a press release to local media announcing the partnership. And there is an event on November 5th that's going to be open to the public from 4:30 to 6 p.m. where people can come out and get to know the Matt and John, who are the owners of Escape, get to know us. We'll be doing some giveaways, including the Yeti Colster that you have in hand. And then we also have some more marketing strategies in place that we'll continue to do for the beer. In January, we're going to be doing a more of that guerrilla tactic from a PR side, where we're going to send press kits with the beer in it to select influencers who are either food-centered, beer influencers, food and wine, as well as different publications as well outside of Tampa Bay. So we're doing a multi-level PR release for this as well. So in a nutshell, hope you can enjoy Florida Sports Coast in your beautiful new Yeti Colster.
Excellent, excellent.
November 5th.
Yes, sir, November 5th.
It's already on my calendar.
So we can't, so they don't have that at Escape right now, what you're saying?
No, it's.
Oh, it is, they do have it right
oh,
now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I bought some myself.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Colby, did
Just
you
don't have it in your office. Don't have it in your office this time.
We can.
I'm just kidding. Don't have stockpiled in there or anything anymore.
No, not quite like last time.
was the video mentioned? The video mentioned that Chris is putting together for and with the partnership of Florida Sports Coast and Escape.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay. Any? I'm sorry.
Kathy's drinking it right now. I saw her.
Where exactly is this brewery?
Down the road.
So it's literally right around the corner from our office. I mean, maybe 5 minutes. It's on Trinity Boulevard.
Okay. No
Yeah,
wonder.
It's pretty close.
Uh-huh.
Very convenient, yes.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Anything else? PR updates? That we pretty much did? Okay, cool.
No, I'm done.
Tourism sales. No, great. Appreciate everything. Tourism sales update.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Anthony is currently in meetings right now at Connect Association. Good news, he had his first meetings yesterday. He filled up his schedule, very advantageous of him. So he had 30 meetings yesterday and is bringing back 3 RFPs in hand to bid on meetings and events. So we do have a couple of RFPs that are going to be presented next month with funding asks. One is for Sports Express Conference. The CEO and president actually came for a site visit last month and toured a couple of our properties and fell in love with Saddlebrook and wants to bring the, I believe, 2021 or 2022 conference to Saddlebrook. So that's, again, another great sports conference that we already attend on an annual basis that we are now going to be bringing here to Florida Sports Coast and Pasco County, especially to Saddlebrook. So love the partnership and the opportunity to partner with them on future events. Anthony has secured about 500 new business and corporate planner leads to our CRM and is continuously working with Colby on trying to get our newsletter situated and created, start delivering those newsletter spotlights that highlight some of our meeting space and our properties of the month. So more to come on the sales side next month when we come back to the TDC and present our RFPs along with funding requests.
Excellent. Great. Industry relations update.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Gabby Legend is happy to give you the update on the industry relations and advocacy side of the business. So the film projects have been picking up, thank God, lately in Florida Sports Coast. As Colby already mentioned it, we had a huge filming project with Matador Network. And there have been a lot of conversations with Richie Suncoast Theater for new initiatives and engaging with businesses in the downtown Newport Richie to be able to promote more the film industry in our area. Also back in, this month in October, we hosted the virtual stakeholders meeting to highlight a new program that is being put in place by the Pasco County Human Trafficking Division, which consists of a mapping training for businesses depending on their location within the county. Either they are tier 1 or tier 2, more likely businesses to have interaction with buyers or human, trafficking victims in virtue of the Super Bowl event that is coming up next year. So we hosted this meeting. Many of our partners joined the meeting, and I can suggest to you, when you talk to your other colleagues, other business partners in Pasco County, in Florida Sports Coast, to please join these meetings because there's a lot of information that is shared and it is going to be beneficial for all of us. So I really appreciate your support, attending these meetings and joining and promoting all these meetings with your colleagues. Also, we've been developing great relationship with new businesses in the area, like Rock and Bruce Restaurants in Wesley Chapel, creating great relationship with Epperson Lagoon, and trying to put together group packages for when tournaments or large groups come to the area so they can also enjoy the lagoon. Again, with a lot of conversation with Richie Suncoast Theater and the new director. She's been instrumental and so helpful with everything. And also there's a new meeting venue in the west side of the county. It's catered by Vesh. They are the catering company that provided the appetizers for the grand opening of Wiregrass Sports Complex. Everybody gave us a lot of compliments about how delicious their food is. So they have this new meeting venue. It holds up to 240 people. So you can, they have other plans to maybe open a restaurant within that venue. But for now, that's where they're gonna operate like at a large scale for catering events and reunions and corporate meetings. And lastly, but not least, shout out to Winston Charters and Boat Rentals for the beautiful tiki pontoon that is available for rent. I wanted to show pictures, but I don't think they are in the presentation. But I encourage you to...
That's okay. I got plenty of pictures.
You got plenty, okay. I encourage you to go rent it, enjoy it, and it's amazing. Thank you so much, Captain Wendy, for that news.
Just a quick little note on it. It is the very, very first tiki bar boat of its kind in the Tampa Bay area, and only the third one built in the entire world.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so.
Pretty cool.
BYO.
BYO.
BYO. It's got a kick-in stereo and great lights.
We were going to use it for staff development day, but we were waiting on a specialized prop to come in.
Okay. Go ahead. Industry update, or no, destination update. Sorry.
Yep. Sorry, Mr. Chairman. I do want to take a moment. I think Gabby is really giving herself a lot of credit. She's been working extremely hard, especially with the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association, and trying to get their president and CEO, Carol Glover, to actually be one of our speakers at an upcoming virtual stakeholders meeting. And that's actually going to be secured on October 29th at 11:30 in the morning. So, she's been working extremely hard with the partnership between FRLA and the Florida Sports Coast and starting a lodging association here in Pasco. This has been an initiative of the Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association for I would say probably past 5 or 6 years. And now that's actually coming to fruition due to the hard work and dedication that Gabby has put forth for our office. So just wanted to give a quick little shout out to her as well. She has been working extremely hard. So our stakeholders on the lodging side is going to be extremely happy that we're actually having a chapter to take advantage of. So moving on to the destination reports, you can see the month-to-month comparison for August on the STAR report, still down 10.5% in occupancy, and that's with the 3 new properties, and without the 3 new properties, again, at 12% down in occupancy. And you can see that the ADR hasn't really changed between the 2 statistics and data, especially also on RevPAR. But we're not as down as the state year over year. The state is actually down almost 34%. Their ADR is down a little over 5 and 37.5% in RevPAR. We're not doing as bad as the rest of the state is doing as a whole, but we still are down, 23%, 9%, and almost 30% RevPAR on our STAR report index. Any questions on the STAR report and especially on the cellular side? I mean, for those on our council that are lodging partners, I hope we're seeing an uptick in September. We got the STAR report in yesterday and for the month of August, and I guarantee it's not as bad as being down double digits.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, I was booking some rooms yesterday over in West Palm Beach, and I was amazed at the rates I was able to. Oh my jeepers! It was pretty. I mean, sad but incredible. They were. So it's not. Yeah. Yep. Definitely across the state.
It's not as bad. We're not as bad as other parts of the states, especially the metropolitan areas. But again, our numbers are still down. I mean, I can't wait to get into 2021 because the pent up demand for 2021 is hopefully going to create a historical year for all of our data, which is a little skewed because we had an historical year of numbers. So it's going to be interesting to see what 2021 pans out for the industry as a whole for the state. Moving to the revenue for the month of August, you can see that we're down almost 9% in revenue, $19,160.52 for the month of August. Year-to-date revenue still down almost 15%, down $404,000 compared to this time last year. Calendar recap for the fiscal year of 2020, 2019, 2020. You can see our dramatic fall off is still in February of COVID. Any questions on the revenue?
No, listen, I think we all appreciate everything you guys are doing at Florida Sports Coast because of the fact that, let's be honest, if this 9% and 10% numbers we saw would probably be more like 30% here in Pasco County if we didn't have all these tournaments and such coming in and the promotion that you guys are doing. So I think it would be a lot worse. Yes, Chopper?
No, I just when you finish.
Yeah, go ahead. No.
Okay. I just want to know about the CARES supplement, if that's the right term. Is that based on a number that they gave us, or is it based on what we go to them and ask for?
It's a portion that we were given by the state and how we distributed it up between, I guess you could say, different departments in the county.
Yeah, but I meant us. How are we getting our money? We get it because we said we got this marketing program, or we got this when we go to the county and ask them, or the county said, okay, you get this amount of money.
Yeah, we already allotted it. It's done.
Okay.
Yep, done.
And then we have to use it.
Yeah, they have to use it by the December 12th.
December 31st.
31st. I don't know where the 12th came from. Yeah, it has to be utilized. That's not our. Yeah, sorry. That's the stipulation put on by the feds. Yeah, the Fed. That's the Fed's rules. If you don't spend it, you got to give it back. Yeah.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Kathy Pearson, may I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. This is Kathy Pearson, Assistant County Administrator, Public Services. I just want to correct it's December 30th, not the 31st, because that one day could make a difference. So it is December 30th. But I do want to say, because I have to jump off here in about 10, 15 minutes for another meeting, I just want to say thank you to this team and thank you to the TDC board. This has been probably the most trying year for me as a leader who's been a leader for many, many years. And I've never seen anything like this. And this team kept moving, kept going forward, and never let this virus defeat them. So team, you are small and powerful. I say that every time. And I just want to say for the record, you guys are awesome and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
You have nice nails, Kathy.
It's my Halloween Mickey ones.
Love it.
And you blush nice too.
She's married.
39 years, I might add.
There you go.
Shopper needs a date.
All right. Adam, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Going into old business, wanted to.
Chopper blushes well too. The chopper blushes well too.
I can feel it.
Oh, I love the camaraderie. This is great. J1, just bringing back some of the some updates that the Board of County Commissioners approved. Just for the record, J1 is that the Board of County Commissioners approved the 2021 Visitor Profile Agreement with Downs and St. Germain to continue our visitor research and economic impact analysis for this coming year. We are still waiting for the final report for 2020. I'm saying that because we all know it's not going to be pretty, but we need this research to continue our marketing efforts. So again, thank you for the Board of County Commissioners for approving that for our destination and more important for our office. J2 is the Board of County Commissioners approved the First Amendment for the Savage Races Agreement, scaling back on the funding due to the lack of revenue we generated for our development tax. And third is the Third Amendment to the Zimmerman Agency Agreement by the Board of County Commissioners and scaling back their scope of services only to include website hosting and maintenance, and also PR as well. I wanted to give the council an update. First, again, let me thank you for your support with this marketing initiative for Super Bowl 55. After further discussing this with the team, and we thought it made better sense on the business side of things to Super Bowl 55.
Hey,
and
Adam, you're breaking up pretty bad, buddy.
I apologize. Can you hear me now?
Go ahead, Adam.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. You were just breaking up.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So long story short, we backed out of Super Bowl 55 and we're taking the $250,000 that we proposed and reallocating that to events, meeting events, sporting events that we know we're going to get a return on investment for. So we felt like we couldn't invest in a what if, because you can see right now across the NFL, there's teams coming down. with COVID-19 cases, the reschedule of the team schedules. And we don't know what the Super Bowl is going to look like and if there's going to be full capacity or 50% capacity or even 10% capacity at Raymond James. So investing in a what if, we kind of feel like this is not a good strategy for us. And Chairman, I'll send it back to you for any further discussion.
No, I think everybody's a smart group here. And I think we would all agree with that. You don't want to invest with what if, and if we can use that money for, obviously get a return on our investment for the county, that's what we want to do. So I think that
might be more supportive to Hillsborough than it did Pasco.
Yeah. So I think it's a good move. And just a reminder for the council on J3, that was something that this council approved, and then it went to the BOC. So that's the decision this council made as a whole. Recommendation went to the county commission, and pretty much I think that went through with limited to not much or no discussion. So, hey, I know my goal was 11 o'clock, and I think we're going to definitely hit that, but we usually like to go down the road and see if anybody has any events or upcoming things. But I did want to see if Councilman Burgess, did you want to maybe take a minute and talk about the tennis center? I wish I could have been there, but I was out of town that week, and I know we did have some team members there, but obviously it's a great addition to the county and to the city, but as a county as a whole, and an asset that I know people are going to enjoy for years to come.
Yeah, and then the grand opening was Saturday. It was really nice. They did a great job with it, and I encourage people to go out and take a look at it. And Pascal, if you haven't met him, he's a real go-getter. So he is really looking to get tournaments he's trying to get as much from around the world as he can. And he's got a lot of connections too, so that would be good. And it was a really good grand opening. The courts look great. That pickleball stuff, I was kind of the first time I really kind of seen that. And so I'll be kind of interested in that tournament that's going to be out there in December.
That's what we play when we reach over the.
Yeah, I think that's what I understand. I seen it was wiffle ball, so I figured, that's probably better. There's a new kind of game too called padel that's similar. It's like a cross between racquetball and tennis in a way. So they had some of those courts out there too. So it's pretty interesting. And Gabby and Vashon, they're the ones that are operating a restaurant out of there too. So it looks really good, and I'm looking forward to a tournament in January. And hopefully, if we can get through this COVID thing, we can get a lot more stuff going on out there.
I'm a Westie, but who is Sarah Berg?
Sarah Vandenberg, she actually was probably a star tennis player for Zephyr Hills High School. Probably about 8 years ago, she got a scholarship to play in upstate University of South Carolina, upstate. And while she was up there, she was out with some friends who were other athletes, soccer players and stuff, and they were involved in an automobile accident. And she tragically got killed. There's a developer out there who came to the city and was going to donate land and had envisioned this tennis center in her honor, basically. So that's how it sort of all got started, this developer, and we just kind of went from there.
Thanks, God. I have no idea who she is.
Yeah, good story behind it. Mm-hmm. Sad, but a good story to obviously recognize her and keep her memory alive. So, thank you for that. I just wanted to bring that up, and congratulations to the city.
Thank you.
That excellent asset. Anything going on? We'll go down the line. Any events coming up?
No, other than new business. We had some new business items on here.
Didn't we?
No. I don't want to drag out the meeting or anything, but I know we were talking about naming rights agreement.
Oh. So, I'm sorry. I didn't see that page. Whoops.
Yeah, sir, you have to the 2021 team schedule is in the attached is in your backup, and we're looking for a motion for approval for the new schedule for 2021.
Motion to approve.
Yep. So is everybody good with it? I mean, I'm good with it because we had to work around obviously our BOC schedule and our breaks. We wanted to stay away from spring break, county spring break, which we stayed away from. A couple other major holidays when we knew that people may be off. So we worked around that.
My only question was just confirming that instead of 9:30, it's going to be at 10 o'clock.
Oh, yes, that's a great point. Yes, we're moving forward to 10 o'clock starting in the new year, if I'm not correct.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Where are you finding the schedule for the year?
It was emailed to you.
Oh, well, that's all weird.
Oh, okay.
I thought we were looking at it, I'm like, I got that, I did.
Okay, cool. Everybody cool with that? All right, awesome. Destinations Florida incoming chairman.
Well, I really don't want to do this, but I am the incoming. I really don't want to present this. I should say that. I mean, I'm very much humbly honored to represent the Florida Sports Coast and Pasco County as the incoming chair of the Destinations Florida. And as a reminder, Destination Florida serves as a single unifying voice for all of the Florida DMOs, destination marketing organizations throughout the state, providing insight and directions for new challenges we might face at the legislative level and at the local level. So I am proud and honored to chair that very prestigious board of directors for 2021.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's
Thank
great.
you. Moving forward, naming rights agreement K3. Just wanted to let the board know that the naming rights agreement between Rad Sports and Advent Health was approved yesterday by the Board of County Commissioners. It is an agreement for 8 years that is provided an agreement with Rad Sports and Advent Health. A little bit more of the backup information is in your backup. K4 wanted to sadly announce that we are losing Judy Sutton. She has resigned her position on the Tourist Development Council due to some family issues. She has moved out of the state up to Michigan. She's sadly missed. We will miss her and her contribution to the TDC board over the previous 2 years. I've had working with Judy while I was in Citrus County. And again, she's just a great asset that we're going to miss out on sport and destination. And for that, I am done.
Thank you. Okay, I will go back down the line again. Does anybody have any updates further?
I took my time. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, we're done with you. No,
yeah, that's fine. I hear it all the time. It's all good.
Anything going on?
Yeah, a few items, if I may, Mr. Chair. So a lot of stuff going on. Shameless plug for Shops at Wiregrass. We've got a lot going on. So we've got Lululemon coming back with a pop-up temp store opening next month. We've got Fit to Run taking the old bench space. Fit to Run, if you're not familiar, is the same place over at the International Plaza by the food court up there.
Yep.
So they're coming in as a permanent. And then we've got Chuck Logger, which was in the old Prime Bar space across from Smith, is under construction. Their goal is to open November 6th. So we'll see where that goes. Probably more like mid-November. And then we have Sephora under construction right now too, over by the parking garage. So that's a good store, about 5,000 square feet. So we're excited about that. With that said, starting in November, we're starting the movie nights every Thursday night, right at the traffic circle there where the valet usually goes. And then we're actually starting with an abundance of caution, live music every Friday and Saturday night, starting in November through the holidays too, there in the traffic circle. With that said, a sincere thank you to the BOCC for approving the alcohol consumption permit throughout the common area. So effective November, the notice went out to the merchants yesterday. We had to get our insurance and everything in place. So now, starting in November, you'll be able to take your alcohol out while watching a movie out into the common area, anywhere in the common area. So we're really excited about that as well. So hopefully we can get one of the bars and stuff to carry the beer.
There you go.
Better. Maybe we can do a Sports Coast kind of partnership there.
JJ Taylor is our distributor.
There you go.
We're in.
All right.
We're in. You can use the new Yetis.
Adam, I love you, man, but we can't hear half of what you're saying. Sometimes you kind of sound like,
I sound like a McDonald's drive-through.
Yes.
yeah, we actually heard you that time. Anything else, Councilman?
No, that's all.
Well, thank you. Anything going on here?
Yes, Leadership Pasco approached me to create a new tourism day for their curriculum. This is the first new program day in decades for Leadership Pasco, and Adam is my co-chair. So I'm really excited to work with him and Leadership Pasco on a new program day that's going to focus on tourism and everything that we have to offer here.
Which month?
We're not sure. I think I might be taking February or March. So,
Yeah.
Keep us posted.
what was that?
Keep us posted.
Yeah, I will.
March should be good because spring break stuff. Just a little tidbit for you.
Okay.
Councilman Davis?
I got a correction on that. Correction on that TV presentation is going to be on October 28th between 10 and 11 a.m. on Channel 8, which is actually NBC.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the date again?
28th, October 28th.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome.
Between 10 and 11, Channel 8, NBC. And also, Lisa's Pieces, we're talking about event centers. She has a new 100 max grand ballroom upstairs from her shop that's rentable for smaller venues.
Really lovely.
That's great. It's always good to have that space, which is much needed in this county. Saddlebrook, Richard, anything going on?
Not too much. Last weekend we had a last minute junior tournament that was supposed to be someplace else and they moved it to Saddlebrook. So we were able to do that last minute without even asking for any tourist dollars, which is nice. And the courses are looking pretty good. So if you feel like playing, come out. That's it.
Awesome. Appreciate it. All right. Thanks everybody with that. Adjourned.
5 minutes over, not bad.
5 minutes over.